What's up? I played a tournament game yesterday and the recording died midway through. It's not that big a deal because the sound was bad anyways. Like I had to spontaneously install OBS yesterday because well I forgot before the match that I have a new operating system. Um, so I've I had to set up stuff new. I also forgot that I wasn't logged into any of my accounts, which is why I'm doing this today. I also did an after commentary recording already, and it's really strange. Like OBS that I have now with Debian 13 is not the same as it was with Debian 10. Pulse audio is different, and the video capture has to be set up a different way. I mean, the video capture is not that big a deal, but the audio capture is annoying me. I mean, I do sound good right now, right? That is really nice, but for some reason, even though I've turned desktop audio and everything off, it's still recording the audio from the match, and for some reason like it's really choppy, and like it just, no matter how I change the settings, uh, the pitch scaling is wrong. Like the sound sounds bad even beyond the choppiness. I can't think of the word for übersteuern right now. I'm sorry about that. um I don't know, but it's weird. So now I'm just doing the battle without any sound. You'll have to live with that. And why did it switch the viewpoint back on this one? All right. So yeah, let's just get into it. We got Masquerain, Spinda. I'm not too worried about Masquerain. I have Celix that can answer it. I'm neither worried about Ariados because of Celix. I'm very worried about this Wailord. I don't have great defensive answers. And if it's Toxic Rest Stall, it can beat my entire team. Um, so I have to figure that out. I get the Toxic off. If this was no Rest Talk, I would now be completely fine. Um, do some cringe protects, how one should, after giving out Ligma. Now my Magneton can't beat this Wailord, and it is my best answer. And it can't beat Mug either because of HP grounds. That's a nice double. I can't contend with that. There's the rest, so now I'm worried. Okay, I make the double myself. Um, yeah, and it's just, my Magneton is just too frail. It can't deal with that, and doesn't deal enough damage. I burn a proper sleep turn. I don't want to rest talk or sleep talk. Um, I figure out it's Ice Beam. Now I'm like, oh, I'm golden. Like I can actually deal with this guy with like my Spinda and my Illumis, because I don't have to worry about being toxic, right? And once I'm toxic, like the rest of the team can start wearing me down. And here I thought, okay, I'm not gonna die in two, I can just attack. I should have wished, and this costs me Spinder. You'll see that, I'll spoiler. Um, so now Spinder dies, and I mean, I could have still lived. The crit didn't matter, roll would have been enough. I get Ligma off on Arcanine, which is huge for me. Um, I because now at this point I get the subs as well. Because now at this point I'm just like, I need to PP stall Wailord to beat it. Now Starmie comes out. I'm like, I'm giga fucked. I miss my Ligma. I just don't have anything for waters. I just don't. I mean, I have a Magneton, but Magneton is so bad on the special defense side, and Mark is so good. And like every time I send in Steelix, it is just entry for Wailord, against which I have no switch-ins, and then I'm getting worn down faster than I can wear down them. Um, like I really want to make the double on Mark every time with Magneton, but I also want to make the double on Magneton every time. Like I just can't get anywhere. So now I'm just trying to PP stall. Like as I said, I think PP stalling is my way forward. Um, and Wailord deals such insane damage. Like how is that mon both bulky and insanely offensive? Because look at my Lugia. My Lugia is about as bulky as that Wailord, but it's piss weak. It's piss weak, right? Yeah, here I get frozen and I'm like, alright, that's bad. Aridos comes in, I don't thaw, and I just forfeit. I'm like, this is not worth playing. Um, I can't show you I could show you my team, but like the rest of my team, yeah, Magneton was HP Ice, it was Restock obviously, Lugia was just a full set revealed actually. My unrevealed mon was HP Flying, EQ, Rock Slide, Dragon Dance, Ray with Lum. I think it's always Lum actually. Last move on Steelix was Double Edge. Volbeat was standard, Moonlight, Signal Beam, Toxic. Um, and Spinner was Toxic, Stores, Wish Protects. Yeah, let's move on to game 2. Um, game 2 we see Umbreon, and I hate seeing Umbreon. I have a poison immunity at least. A toxic immunity. I have Eggy for Starmie, which isn't great, but it's fine. And I should be Giga Drain, Psychic, Stun Spore, Synthesis. I believe that was my set. Heal by Dragonite, same as Altaria as a Demon set. I try to give out Ligma, just try getting rid of the heal bells. And yeah, try to stall. Here I go for Wrap. Uh, and then I go for Encore this turn because Shackle lives unless it gets crit. I'm just dodging crits and stalling with Shackle. Like it's not good. Um, but Starmie is not in a good position. I think my opponent should switch out if the rep ends, but they just stay in with the Encore. They couldn't switch out anymore here, so I go to Eggy. They don't even predict that with Ice Beam, which I thought they would. I go back into Shackle for Dragonite because I have nothing for Dragonite. I just don't. I mean, I don't want to T-Wave it again either with my Standler. It's not worth it because it can just set up forever and just decide not to heal Bell, and then what am I gonna do? My Shackle can't beat it once it's T-Waved, and it can wait until it's +6/+6 and then go for heal Bell. So I go for Shackle immediately and I start doing the same stall just without the wrap as I did versus Starmie. Yeah, and now I have to rest. Can't really risk it. I mean, maybe if we go back to let me see. If we go back to this turn, I could decide not to rest. I could decide just to Toxic here. But then they kill Shackle. Well, they don't kill Shackle. I guess I could just not rest and click Toxic here again to punish Heal Bell as a play. But like, you know, even if they Heal Bell right now, then I wouldn't still need to rest the next turn. Because otherwise Dragonite just gets to make a big hole into my team. I guess I could have also gone Standler here, but I just rested again. Like, think about it. If I heal Bell right here and if they heal Bell right here and I get a Toxic, they take no damage this turn. And next turn they take 6%. So even then, like, I'm not doing any progress, and they can still. I mean, maybe my play here was to Encore. That could have been a good play, but because then they will take a lot of damage if they don't heal Bell, and I could switch out. But like, I don't know. I maybe Encore was the right play here. Encore them into Heal, force the switch. I just went for rest. Um, and what surprised me a bit was that my opponents, now I intimidate with Standler. I have to sack Standler. Um, Now my opponent switches out. They could have surely Dragon Danced 2 more times and potentially beaten Shackle. I don't know why they didn't do that now that Dragonite is at low health. Um, yeah. Now I go for Quillfish. They heal. I Sludge Bomb again, and they don't Dragon Dance, crucially. They go for EQ instead, which makes sense. And I Destiny Bond here, and they kill me. Would have worked against DD2, which is why I did it, and then I would have done like some weird stuff. Yeah, now Shackle, Articuno can't be Heal Bell because Dragonite is Heal Bell. Here I'm trying to save Toxic PP after my miss. And I just Toxic, and uh, now I rest, right? Yeah, I did rest. No need to risk any weird crit business. Umbreon doesn't do anything to me. Um, so yeah, now 2 turns, and here I here wrapped to circumvent PP stall with protect, and here I encored for the same thing. I care less about my encore PP than my toxic PP because I only need to encore once, really. In this scenario, so even if I burn like 2 encores, who cares? I've gotten my trap off. Now I go for wrap again just to save some PP. Um, Wrap ends, it's fine. So good that Gen 3 has made the toxic status persist through switches. And I realize it's getting close to 11 a.m. I gotta leave to work in latest 40 minutes. I want to in latest 40 minutes. Yeah, and Articuno doesn't do anything. I just Shackle Trap it, and I chill. Um, and Yeah, my opponent's clearly desperately playing for crit freezes type stuff. Here I just went for another trap, risking a freeze. Maybe I should have rested. Um, yeah, and now Lanoon comes in, and I go Golem because I calc that lives +6 as not my only mon that does, but the only mon that for sure kills back, and my opponent forfeits. So I win game 2, miracle, honestly. Could have played it better, probably. Yeah, Tentacruel in game 3 as a lead is horrifying. I expected Toxic, so I stayed in. I wanted to gauge damage and see what happens. We see Umbreon again, and I can't touch it with my Eggy, and my Eggy is actually really important for me defensively. I try to fish for burn with Sacred Fire, it doesn't work. It's the only status I can put onto Tentacruel. I would have really loved the burn, because it just makes the whole slow play thing of Gen 3 work. There's a nice Sludge Bomb, gets a poison on Lapras, but it's fine. I have Heal Bell for team support, which is another reason why I did the whole stay in turn 1 in the first place. Yeah, and this is the thing you'll see over and over this match. I have to go Eggy to beat Umbreon, to beat Raikou, and Umbreon just comes in. Here I try to predict HP Ice, just the greedy play from the opponent, want to find out stuff. And it does have HP Ice, nothing surprising. I'm thinking, cool, Raikou has Ligma. No, Raikou has Rest, who cares? It's a bit of an early rest. Oh, maybe last game actually had HP Fire, and this game it had Synthesis. It only had it in one of the games. Yeah, we got Scissor and Arbok. I'm like, Arbok can't touch me, it can't even glare me. I can just go for SD again, but they have Gyarados as well. But like, even Gyarados I can bully through. I just need to put in some effort. I need to Like I can't waste my time attacking. I need to SD until I out do the intim cycling. And there's just lots of double switching and trying to PP stall. I'm trying to give Umbreon Ligma because you know Umbreon is really annoying, and I have heal belt support, and I can perpetually wall it with my scissor, which can heal because it has Morning Sun. Yeah, and see, I just don't deal damage to Tentacruel, and there's still Wish support. Ice Beam predicting Raikou because I want to deal damage. This turn I also take the risk and stay in, as they burn a proper sleep turn instead of rest talking, because I wanna uh, because I wanted to get damage on it. And Raikou, because it has sleep talk before, still has to burn a turn of sleep. So I thought I didn't even catch that during the game. I thought they were gonna rest, but I put pressure on my opponent. They could rest talk and ice beam me, but they actually couldn't wake up that turn, so they would have been dead to another ice beam. And I mean, I make the call in the end correctly. I go for heal bell, and as they switch out Raikou, where I expected rest, but like the concept stays the same. Just that I didn't realize during the game, oh, Raikou can't actually ever come in on Lapras. I don't need to hard predict it with ice beams. Because even if it comes in on the T-Bolt, it will just perish the next turn because it will have to wake up. Yeah. So more double switching, more pivoting, trying to get some chip. At some point, okay, we go scissor here. Do I set up? I think I do. Yeah, I do set up, but I just switch out any. Oh no. Oh, I set up again. I'm like, oh, Hydro would probably deal a lot of damage. I have not the best SPDF. Let's switch out into Lapras. Switch back into Scissor. I'm just wasting time. I want to know if this Gyarados is Bandit or Lam, but I don't. Now I find out it's DD, so it's Lam. Um, my Vaporeon doesn't have Toxic. I get a lucky freeze here. Um, I go for Wish. Who do I wish to? I wish to Lapras. Um, I think okay. I Ice Beam. I think there will be some more pivoting and double switching to come right now. Um, yeah, because we chip Scissor, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, more double switching. Um, we get the heal bell. Because I was just annoyed by the chip, and here I'm going Ho, and the move description of Sacred Fire says it thaws the user, and I thought it wouldn't thaw the target, but it does thaw the target. And that's really bad because, as I said at the very beginning already, um, it's a big issue. This Tentacruel. I go Scissor, and here I just double switch again. Yeah, just not saving my own PP, wasting my opponent's PP. Arbok goes for rest, and I set up here, go back into Lapras, just don't take any damage. No, I T-Bolt again. I mean, I still have a lot of PP, but my Ice Beams are under half, 7 out of 16 left. So I'm burning through Ice Beams fast, which isn't something I greatly enjoy. Sorry for touching the microphone there. Yeah. Scissor, Arbok, more dancing. Okay, a double switch again. I mean, this is by far the longest match. The first match was 44 turns until I forfeited. I mean, could have probably cracked 100 or maybe if I really wanted to try, but I didn't. Second game was 48 turns. We're already in turn 74, and we have 0 Mondstadt. 0. And it's not really looking like that will hurry up. Here ISD, and my opponent doesn't double switch. It's a big fuck up. ISD again. And now this Gyarados is genuinely in danger. I Silver Wind. And I didn't get the Omni Boost like I was hoping for. But I calc, and I'm like, okay, it's not in range for Steel Wing. I need to set up once more. But Gyarados can't deal enough damage, I can just Morning Sun, and I Morning Sun once in case they set up DD again. Not sure if that's right, but it doesn't matter. My Scissor is out of range for both Raikou and Tentacruel, and I have managed to make the first progress. Here I heal up, they can T-Bolt me. You see, I was out of range. And yeah, I get the second KO on my opponent forfeits. Like 82 turns, and the game was decided uh, practically on turn 75, when my opponent decided to not immediately go for the aggressive instant cycling and just get off an EQ once, right? The decision to click EQ once immediately ended the campaign of my opponent. Um, like crazy third game. I mean, I think the second game I should have still lost if my opponent hadn't like misplayed. But this game, wild stuff, wild stuff. Um, like so hard. But yeah, I mean, I found the gap, and wow. Yeah, my Vaporeon had obviously Surf and Wish left as unrevealed move. My Ho obviously had Recover. Eggy, by the way, Eggy and Umbreon in back-to-back games. Just saying. Yeah, Eggy was HP Fire Synthesis, Psychic, Giga, um, and my unrevealed mon that I thought about using early to try to make a hole maybe, but decided to keep it in the bag and slow play and just cycle through. And like I don't know, maybe PP stall, find a gap. Like it worked out right with Scissor in the end. I didn't need to use a lot of my stuff. My unrevealed mon was Pattaya Berry Houndoom, so special tech raising Berry Houndoom with obviously sub. You need sub for this kind of set to work. Sub, Fire Blast, HP Grass, and Crunch. You know, it's a what just happened here? Um, how did I did not do that? Okay, let's put this back. Yeah, it's honestly a very basic Houndoom set. This was cool. You know, um, I'm really glad to have won this after the first match, but I'm like, okay, Gen 3 is so matchup heavy. Like, I think this third game felt really bad to play. I'm not I don't, I also like, the second game, I'm like confident I should have lost. This third game, I'm like, maybe, uh, it's reasonable that I won, but like, maybe this is a proper open-ended matchup. But honestly, I think I didn't really have the pressure. Like I don't know. Maybe just the aggressive plays with Raikou were what got me into the door, because it had to burn that crucial turn. That it's essentially one tempo against Raikou that I bought, that where it was like, okay, it's in critical danger, in low health, not necessarily critical health, but low health, and it has to burn one more turn before it can rest again. But like, I had to work for that, and I had to take risk for that. It's not like a clean game. I'm also not sure my opponent had the necessity to allow me to take that. I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't afford the toxic on Umbreon, but like, I don't know. That's why I would have always been aggressively wish stalling with Umbreon and going into Tentacruel. But then again, I guess I can just switch a lot and waste their wishes. I don't know. Maybe this third matchup really isn't as bad as I thought it was, as I think it looks. I mean, I 6-0'd in the end, right? But like, I don't know. I really think. I don't know. I really think. I really think game two. Game 2 I could have played better. Wouldn't have forced the win, but I could have played it better. But my opponent messed up a bit, and I think game 3 they messed up again. I mean, game 1 I messed up, honestly, with the spinner, as I said, but I still think that was pretty fucking hopeless to play. I don't know. Um, if you see anything that makes these matchups more ambiguous, less instant win loss type grading, I don't know, let me know. I'm down for all the feedback and everything. And now I'll do a sound check and hope that this recording sounds good, because this is the third time I'm attempting to cover this shit. And I just realized that my camera is sitting too low, and the battle thingies are covered up, like the names, but like, you know what's on my side, who cares? And you see everything relevant. You don't see the turn count in the corner, but who cares about the turn count? Maybe I should have put my camera. Oh, that's not what I wanted to move. um Maybe I should have put my camera down here. Maybe that would have been better, I don't know. um But then again, I like being able to cut off my camera at the top, um, right? Just so, oh, I don't know, just so, why is it so wonky? Right, like, I don't know, because this looks better than if you have a gap at the top. I say a gap. Yeah, whatever, let me know.